Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. A Warrior starting 5 identity to emerge from competition. Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr has a very open-ended question he is hoping to answer throughout training camp. Who is going to be in his starting lineup? There is an obvious opening at the shooting guard position, a job formerly occupied by Klay Thompson, but there are other opportunities as well. K said that all but Stephen Curry's starting job is up for grabs. There is competition across the board, K said Tuesday following the Warriors' first session at Bayou Hawaii's campus. It's not as simple as who is going to be the 2, it's got to be who is going to be the 5, who's the 4. We know that Steph is the 1, but what's the combination? Searching for lineup combinations was a season-long struggle for Kerr and the Warriors in 2023-24. Golden State used 27 different starting lineups and none for more than a handful of games in. Part of it was dependent on who was available, but more so because the group was not cohesive with the revolving starting group. The bench unit also struggled to find cohesion. K said all of that will be part of the conversation at camp. The starting lineup is going to have to be dependent not only on the first 5 fitting but the second fitting as well. K said we've got a lot of work to do to figure out lineups. All the guys can do is compete, play their ass off at the center position. The battle will be between veteran Kevin Looney and Tracy Jackson Davis in the front court. Draymond Green will likely retain his starting job, but Key's newcomer Kyle Anderson as an option for a small ball 5. Jonathan Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins, who struggled to share the court last season, will compete for another front court spot. In the back court there will be a competition between Brandon Podsmith, Anthony Melton and Buddy Hield, all present different skill sets and attributes. We have a defensive-minded guy like Melton. You've got a guy who's a connector and can put the ball on the floor, create like BP, and obviously me and BP started a couple times last year. Curry said you've got Buddy who can shoot, who spaces the floor and is a veteran. We've got a lot of options. Curry, like his coach noted, it's not just about who pairs nicely next to him in the backcourt, but who would complement the other starters as well and also beef up the second unit. In making these lineups, the Warriors are prioritizing being an elite two-way team, similar to how they were en route to their 2022 NBA championship. The other focus is supplementing their shooting. Pody said he'd like to attempt 8 to 10 3-pointers per game, while K named Wiggins as a contender to be the team's second leading scorer. I want Twigs shooting 6 threes. K said I want Brandon, I want Moses, I want to Anthony, I want to be a high-volume shooting team. I think that's important to us. The big shift is Klay is not here, so we were 4th in the league in 3-point attempts last year, but Klay probably shot 8 to 10 of them. So we're going to have to fill that void that will come from multiple people. Even Looney and Anderson have been working on their shot as Kerr and his staff search for their combinations and an identity. They do so through a different lens than last season. This feels like a new beginning for us, whereas last year felt like an extension of who we already were. K said it gives us a chance to reinvent ourselves a little bit. He continued, it's easier when you know your starting 5 and you know your first 4 guys off of the bench. Way easier as a coach knowing that, but we don't have that, so let's turn that into a positive and turn it into competition. Let's establish our identity out of that competition. Steph Curry gets real about the Warriors' goals this season. At the Warriors Media Day, Steph Curry wasn't throwing out any grand plans like win a title or make a deep run. His focus was on staying relevant. I think we're in a position where we can be a relevant team early and give ourselves a chance to compete, Curry said. Via Anthony Slater, then assess where we are. Interestingly, Curry also offered up this thought unprompted: I'm coming into this train camp with an open mind of how we're supposed to play. I know there's a Warrior mentality and culture of how we do things. There's a system that we've run for a decade plus that has worked. It doesn't necessarily mean that's how this team needs to play. We have to have antennas up and an openness to accept what this team's strengths are, what our weaknesses are, and kind of lean into those. Ask any NBA fan and they'll tell you that the Warriors may struggle this season, and they certainly have assembled a championship caliber team, but that was the same narrative around the team in 2022, and look what happened there this time. Golden State are without one of their key veterans in Klay Thompson, but Curry has confidence in new additions Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson and to Anthony Mton. All three guys we brought in, all our veterans, Curry said, established veterans that know how to play the game. Good P.S. is that you need to be a championship SH type team. Does that mean we're there? I don't know, as per Curry also stuck to his warrior for life spiel but used the word relevant once more. It always has been and still is a goal of mine to be a warrior for life, to stay competitive throughout that process. Curry said, I'm very confident in the fact of being here, and being a relevant winning team is possible until I'm proven otherwise. That's the way I'm moving forward. Warriors Jonathan Kuminga downplays contract extension talks as the Golden State Warriors get ready for the start of training camp. One of the biggest questions surrounding the team is whether or not Jonathan Kuminga will get an extension done with the team by the October 21st deadline, and he was very relaxed about that when speaking on the situation. Hopefully, Jonathan Kuminga said by Anthony Slater of The Athletic. Only God knows. I don't know what's going to happen, but it would be good, but that's not my concern. Like I said, I'm just happy to be here, happy to st art a new season, 4th year, and things will let itself handle it. So I would love to. I'm not really concerned about it. If I get it, if I don't, it's cool. I'm still going to be me and just go out there and perform. That's not a problem. Jonathan K said hopefully an extension with the Warriors gets done prior to the October 21st deadline, but I'm not really concerned about it. If I get it, if I don't, it's cool. Both Kuminga and Moses Moody have been in contract extension talks this offseason, as they are both eligible. Both players have a deadline of October 21st. There has been a desire from the Warriors and to keep both players, and it has been previously reported by Clutch Points Seagull that Kuminga is seeking something along the lines of what Scotty Barnes and Franz Wagner got for their extensions. Kuminga is one of the most important players when it comes to the Warriors staying competitive, as their championship core without Klay Thompson now gets older. The Warriors took a swing on upside with Kuminga with the number 7 pick in the 2021 NBA draft. He has shown tremendous growth throughout the first few years of his career, and he is now one of the most important players on the Warriors roster, likely behind Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. He surpassed Thompson, who departed this offseason. Given Green's play style, Kuminga is arguably the second best scorer on the roster. This is the final year of Kuminga's rookie contract, so there will be a conclusion reached soon, regardless of which way it goes. At the very least, when the October 21st deadline comes, if Kuminga does not have a new contract, he will play out the season on his expiring rookie contract. Given Kuminga's growth and development, it would seem like a wise idea to lock him in for the long term. It will be interesting to see how negotiations progress over the next few weeks, and if a solution is found between the two sides. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Jonathan Sigan? Leave your opinion in the comments.